You know who goes the furthest? The ones who value consistency over perfection. They don't stress over whether those 5 minutes are the best or the worst of their life. They just show up. They get it done. And that's the difference.
Ignore and outperform. While you're over there watching me and talking about me, I'm working. You keep gossiping and I'll keep working. You keep talking smack and I'll keep working. You keep focusing on everything and everyone else and I'll keep working. If you will lose, I will win.
You don't feel like working out? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you don't feel like working out. It doesn't matter. It's not part of the calculation. Discipline overrides that.
You get up. You don't want to go run? You go run. You don't want to go swim? You go swim. You don't want to make your bed? You make your bed. You don't want to clean your house? You clean your house. You don't want to study? You fucking study. That's how you start to callous your mind.
Set a time to train at that time. Set a time to go sleep at that time. Set a time to get up at that time. Don't tell yourself you need to do something and then don't do it.
You need to let discipline be your guide, not how you feel.
Motivation is a feeling that comes and goes, and it doesn't matter whether it's there or not. Discipline is infinitely more important. So no matter how you feel, get up and do what you're supposed to do.
Every family deserves to have a winner. I think it should be you.
Right now in life, your family's looking for that one guy right now. You're looking for that one guy who's strong, who's that pillar for the family in hard times. Make sure they look around and find you.
You also have to disconnect, unplug your umbilical cord from the belly button of average and plug yourself into the mindset of a winner, which is a winner does more than expected every single time, no matter how they feel, no matter the circumstances.
There's human beings that have different temperament and different minds and different mentality and a ruthless competitive drive that's almost terrifying to the ordinary person.
A winner shows up 10x times more than the average person. A winner knows that he's destined for greatness. And no matter how many people around him tell him to slow down, be careful, watch out, that's too risky, you don't have the genetics, the DNA, the money, the mind, the brain power for that. A winner locks onto their fucking goals and keeps going. That's what the winner does.
These are the times right now for you to step up. Be that guy that can take anything. Stay hard.
There's nothing easy, quick, and painless about being fucking great at building anything in life, creating anything in life, becoming anything in life. You are going to suffer. It is going to be hard. It is going to take all of your energy. It's going to kick you in the fucking face 1,000 times. You're going to be demoralized. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be angry. You're going to be bitter sometimes. This is why it's so important to build yourself into someone who can execute regardless of what your mood is, regardless of what your circumstances is, because if you can execute when things are fucked up and everybody else bails and everybody else quits, what kind of advantage does that give you over the long haul? It gives you a tremendous advantage.
Oftentimes people just need momentum. They need one good day.
Right.
You need one good day.
That's why I said to that one guy, just come to the gym one day.
Yeah. If you have one good day where you eat clean, you drink a lot of water, and you, like you did, you got that day, you woke up, you put your shoes on, you went for a run, you worked out your driveway, you got a good day in.
Yep.
That's sometimes all you need to do and decide, this is what I do from now on. I have good days.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be another good day. And then I'm going to force myself into another good day. And the next thing you know, I've got some momentum.
Right.
You got some momentum, you can change everything.
You got to pay a price for winning. But most people aren't willing to pay it. They may pay it once, but literally you got to pay it every single day. And the crazy part about that is the price changes daily.
Lazy people do a little work and think they should be winning, but winners work as hard as possible and still worry if they're being lazy.
Give a man a purpose and the ability to achieve it, and he will crawl over broken glass with a smile.
The price of winning changes on a daily basis. You got to be willing to pay that price for whatever it is for that day.
And I think that feeling capable and powerful and competent and respected and admired is something that will get a man so far. You give a man those things and he'll deal with suffering until the end of the earth. We're designed to do that. We're designed to suffer. We're designed to deal with that suffering. But it needs to be in service of something.
Yeah.
Everybody's great when they're not tired. The champions is when they're tired, that's when the real champions come out. That's when that real dog come out. Because if you go piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the big dogs eat. Let them on the fucking field. Have some heart. I
get emotional about this. I'm about to cry because I care about y'all.
My top life advice for anybody is continue to show up. But just showing up is not enough. If you're gonna show up, you might as well show the fuck out.
It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, way down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach, and your body is already completely exhausted from workouts in 2 days.
Yeah, I see too many kids get so discouraged because they're expecting to make this quantum leap, and when that quantum leap doesn't come, it feels like it'll never come, right? But that's not how it works. It's step by step, 1 foot in front of the other, day by day, get better every single day. And then when you look back and you look down and you realize the mountain that you just scaled.
You think when you're young that you have all this time. You have no time. There's no time.
You don't have nearly as much time as you think you do. It goes very fast.
Like I'm 54 years old right now. Like that. I mean, it just fucking flew by.
Life is shorter than you think.
Everyone's like, oh, later in life, I want to do this. Later in life, I want to do that.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Fuck that shit. Let's get all this shit done today.
You fucking commit to something. You tell everyone about it. And no matter what, they honk and cheer for you. They get behind you. Instead of being one of those subjective nature losers in life that beat you down because you're doing better than them and you're reminding them of their failures.
There's only one way to live your life, and the only way to live your life is the way that you want to. It's the only way that you can achieve what you really want to achieve. It's the only way that you can feel what you really want to feel, and it's the only way that you can die happy, is if you live the life that you want to live.
The biggest mistake a person can do right now, no matter in which situation you are, is to give up.
See, the one thing I want you to promise me is that no matter how long it takes, keep going. No matter how much it hurts, keep going. So you was placed on this earth for a reason. You weren't meant to be average, you were meant to excel.
You might not reach the best version of yourself in this lifetime, but a better one than you are right now.
Dreams do come true. Anything you want can happen and become a reality.
They say you don't meet your true self until you're exhausted, because comfort hides the truth, but exhaustion drags it into the light. And what you find there? It's everything you've been avoiding. But it's you. The real you. The one stripped of ego. Nowhere else to run. Nowhere else to be. Except in the moment. And this is the inflection point.
So you see that fitness is the gateway drug. Because in addition to pumping your body with endorphins and dopamine, it teaches you delayed gratification. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you self-motivation. It teaches you consistency. It teaches you to go and do it no matter what, even if you don't see the results immediately, knowing that through faith in what you're doing, the results will come.
What's the alternative? I'm not going to stumble around through life.
Right.
I wasn't brought back here just to suffer. That's not happening. I'd say unplug the machine, I'm done, I'm out of here. It's way better being dead. You know what I mean? I'm not going to come back and just waddle and limp my way through life. It's not going to happen.
If you have passion, nothing will be hard. If you are not hugely passionate about it, you are going to struggle. I can assure you that if you do not have passion for this will not make you.
If you have to ask how to get motivated to go to the gym, you don't need to be going to the gym. You don't want it enough. When you're sick and tired of looking and feeling like shit, you'll show up, motherfucker. I'll see you there. Because you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to be like, fuck that. You're going to want to be in the gym. And if you're going to make this a lifestyle, you have to lower the barriers, make the gym cheaper, closer, training partners, exercises you like. You have to raise the impetus, goals, inspiration, and fucking goddamn real desire to be there.
You'll wake up and realize the potential you had, knowing you've chosen comfort over effort, and you realize there's no one to blame but yourself. As long as you're breathing, you have the opportunity to change it around. The only pain worse than failure is in the regret of never trying.
You should have the kind of discipline that makes other people uncomfortable. Like if every single thing that you do every single day, no one questions it ever, you're doing it wrong. If you want to do it right, like make people uncomfortable. Why are you ordering that? Why are you going to the gym at 5 a.m.? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Like, I'm doing this because I fucking care about myself and I want to be in the top fucking 1%. Imagine how that person feels after you say that. They're not going to say anything negative because nobody doing more than you is ever going to have anything negative to say. It's always someone doing less.
When you dance to your own rhythm, when you play by your own rules, when you living through your vision, that's a perfect indication you're doing it correctly. Because they literally don't see what you see. They don't see it. They don't see what you see. They don't see as far as you see. And they don't understand why you see what you see.
When you're built different than everybody else and you have this desire for more and this desire for achievement and this desire to win, everybody else looks at you like you're fucked up.
When people don't understand you anymore, you're in that spot of obsession and drive where people are like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I don't want to talk to you, man, because you're not going to get it. You will never understand what is wrong with me. And that's why I'm so fucking glad you done it. Because I'm in the right fucking spot.
And they'll tell you that too. I mean, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just relax? Why can't you just do this? Why can't? Because I'm just not built that way, man.
You're not supposed to feel confident. You're not supposed to feel ready. You're not supposed to have all the answers. Becoming someone you've never been before is stressful because you're stepping into uncharted territory. So the next time you feel fear and doubt creeping in, just know that it's part of the journey. This life doesn't come easy, but I promise you, it's worth it.
But they're the guys who just kill it on the regular. As long as I got after it, and as long as you're getting after it, dude, I think you're going to make gains. You know, it's not such a, like, oh, I have to make sure that my full routine is completely perfect kind of situation. It's, you know, more so make sure your intensity is as high as you can get. And your actual, like, set by set, day by day effort is at least up there.
You are going to pay a price. Now, whether you pay that price now or whether you pay that price later, that price is going to be paid. Paying the price now means doing what you need to do right now to build that version of yourself that's going to create the life that you desire in the future. And there's a reward for paying that price up front. And then there's people who choose to pay it later. Those are people who say, I'm in my 20s. My 20s should be spent having fun. And those people pay a price, but they pay it later. Right now they're having fun. Right now they're carefree, but they're destroying their future. And by the time they get to be 35 or 40 or 50 years old, they're going to be pinned into an existence that they cannot tolerate.
Do you have doubts? Fuck yeah, I have doubts. What do you think, man? You know what I mean? Yeah, I have fucking doubts. Everybody does. When you're doing something good in life, when you're doing something that's, you're trying to surpass everything else and do something that's meaningful, fuck yeah, you're gonna have doubts.
There's only one person in this world that wants it more than me today. And that's me tomorrow. So what's the point if every day you don't get 1% better? I don't care what I did today. Today's over, right? When I wake up, it's a new day. I'm competing with myself. I'm trying to beat myself from whatever I did yesterday. I'm going to do a little bit better. I'm going to go a little bit harder.
Be fucking fearless. Be fucking fearless.
Fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. And so it looks like this ocean that you're going to step into and drown. But as soon as you step into it, you realize it was not that deep at all, and you can keep walking through it. And I just love that visual, because a lot of times when it's like we have this anxiety around this big decision we have to make, if you actually take the step and realize that it's not death, you're not going to drown immediately. There's plenty of other steps you can take from there, even if you get a little wet.
I want to be the guy that people looked at. I don't care if you like me or didn't like. I don't care. But it said this motherfucker is going to keep coming after whatever the fuck is in front of him. You don't want it. And that's the harsh reality. At the end of the day, I had to miserably wake up every morning in the cold. I was miserable. This is your new life. There's no happiness about it. There's no peace behind it. It just fucking sucks. And it's going to continue to suck.
You got to have a very, very simple mindset. You know, you can't be social. You can't be out doing a lot of other activities. So you put on the blinders and you had tunnel vision on what that ultimate goal is. I was always on track with everything. I mean, everything was structured. I lived in a fucking box.
Most successful people live urgently. The most successful people are impatient. The most successful people have high expectations of themselves and of the people around them. The most successful people seem unrealistic and unreasonable in their expectations. And the most successful people are competitive.
Because the bigger play is permanent. The bigger legacy doesn't last a year. Oh, did you see that viral article? No. So that's the part where you find that at the end of the day,
the biggest thinkers win? The biggest thinkers win because the biggest thinkers can last longer than you can.
Imagine living a life where you can't be who you really are.
Correct.
It's got to be a horrible thing, right? Fuck that. I am who I am. If you like it or you don't like it, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
That's your problem, not mine.
The best part is knowing, no matter how well you're doing, never believe in the hype that you've already made it. If you feel you've made it, you lost the game already. You're never going to compete with the guys at the top because everyone's going to tell you, dude, you're amazing, dude, you're killing it, dude, you're this. You almost have to be deaf when you hear that from people.
When you think you're the shit, you're really not. There's always someone who's bigger, stronger, better than you.
You just do the work and you get there. The human mind, the human body, the human psyche is so pliable. You can literally become anyone and anything. Multiply that over time and experience and don't quit even when it sucks.
If you don't come in and treat every day as game day, you're gonna never be ready for game day. Every practice, Michael always said, I practice so hard so the games are easy.
People struggle to do things alone. And the path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not with other people. And rather than fighting that or bemoaning it, see it as an indicator that you're on the right path. Because if everyone else were cheering you on, then it means you're not in the right place, because it means you're just like everyone else, and that's not where you want to be.
You can always do something. If your ankle is sore, well, is your arm sore? So what's the problem? Do what you can. People use things as an excuse, you know what I mean? Okay, something's off, so I can just chill on everything now. But it's important not to do that. You know what I mean? You've got to focus on what you can do, not what you cannot do, because that will consume you. If you focus on what you can do, sooner or later, you're going to be able to do absolutely everything.
Whenever I get to a low point where I think, why do I even bother? I just remind myself, this is where most people stop, and this is why they don't win. Hard feels shitty. This is what hard feels like, and this is why most people can't do it, but you can.
If you want to kill it this year, you don't have a cheerleading squad. For the most part, it's always just you. If you have a solid grasp or solid visualization of what you want to make happen, all there is to it is simply making it happen.
You always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does. And it's usually a single clap in the auditorium for a very long period of time. It is a slow clap that's just you rooting for you.
I knew that I was not going to be stopped. So at the age of 18, this was my life. So you can't possibly become better than me because you're not spending the time on it that I do. Even if you want to spend the time on it, you can't because you have other things. You have other responsibilities that are taking you away from it. So I already won.
I hate to leave the gym and know inside me that could have gave a little more. I hate to know that I gave up. I hate it so bad I'll never do it. I don't care if I'm sick and thrown up in the gym. I'll keep going so I can leave the gym and go, I did it.
There's so much in life, and there's so many things to accomplish, and to think outside the box and be willing to do whatever it takes in every aspect to be the best you can be, and have that 5% mentality to where every day you're working harder and harder to accomplish those goals, whatever they may be. And accomplishing stuff in life is what makes us live, what makes us feel good about ourselves, what keeps us pushing.
Forms of pain. Pain that breaks you, and the pain that changes you. That's the pain of the change right there. That's the pain of progress. The pain that destroys you isn't this shit. It's later in life knowing you could have been more. And all that's left is you and the fucking mirror and tears of a possibility left that you allowed to die. Own your fucking life, guys. You had every opportunity. There's no excuse not to be the hardest motherfucking worker in the room.
So for me, I go deep into stuff that's probably not even healthy to start thinking about. I start thinking about like the way I grew up, things in my childhood, like things that you really don't want to dig up in those moments. But they bring out intensity. I lose all control sometimes.
The growth you want demands the discomfort you avoid. The success you chase requires sacrifices you're afraid to make. This is the unspoken contract of ambition. Nothing worthwhile comes without a cost.
At the end of the day, you've got to feel some way.
So why not feel unbeatable? Why not feel untouchable? Why not feel like the best to ever do it?
It's drive. It's the will. There's certain people that grow up with a tremendous hunger. When you grow up comfortably and in comfort and in peace and happiness and all those things, that will produce a very balanced person and a good person. But it would not create the will and the determination and the hunger that you need to be the best in the world.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career.
You're not going to score on every shot. Doesn't mean you shouldn't take the shots. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to hit the goal.
Ever tried? Ever failed?
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose.
I'm gonna fail.
And you're gonna fail.
I'm gonna fail.
And you're gonna fail.
I'm gonna fail.
And you're gonna fail.
And I will succeed.
And then you're gonna win.
26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed.
If you wanna give up, you can give up. This is your choice.
I've failed over and over and over again in my life.
Now, the only place to go from failure,
and that is why I succeed,
is to win.
You can't go back once you started this damn journey. You can only go forward.
Try again. Fail again. Fail better.
What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be?
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
My brain, you cannot process failure. You're a failure? That's almost worse than death. He said, you know the difference between champions and everyone else? Everyone always looks at them and says, what do champions have that I don't have? And he said, they have it backwards. It's what do they lack? And it's an off button. They just don't stop. They just never stop. They just can't stop. Everything in their life is geared towards one goal. And they approach everything in their life that way.
Go do my cardio in the morning and come home, eat, go back to the gym and train, come home, eat again, sleep, eat another meal, go back to the gym, train again, come home, eat 2 more meals.
I want to have to wake up every day and grind out and become richer than everyone else because I work harder than everyone else and I try harder than everyone else. I don't want any easy ways out. I don't want to feel motivated. I want to feel tired and stressed. I want to run on pure discipline and adrenaline. Nobody is motivated at 4 in the morning. Nobody. And some people are up anyway.
Do you think Michael Jordan was just interested in winning championships? You think Kobe Bryant was just interested in basketball? Those individuals are obsessed. In order to be the best, in order to reach that next level, you can no longer be interested. Interested is a hobby. You can fall in and out of your interest, but your obsession stays with you all the time. You have to become obsessed. Interested people watch obsessed people change the world.
You're the closest to getting what you want. Is always the hardest. It's always the feeling when you're getting ready to, people give up right before they get what they've always wanted to get. People quit and they give up. And I will not be the person who quit before I got what I wanted or what I needed or what I thought I was supposed to have.
Just because you're not where you want to be doesn't mean that the work that you're putting in isn't going to give you progress. And if you got a little bit of a roadblock, injury, fucking lifestyle, like you got to do shit at work, whatever, right? If you can work around it, you're going to come out way stronger than the guy who fucking got to coast through all his workouts.
The greatest achievement of somebody comes right after their worst defeat. When they've hit rock bottom, hit the bottom of the barrel, they got nothing left. Everyone's given up on them. They've lost all their worldly possessions. They're dead broke on their back. It's at that point, guys, when everything's lost, that everything can be gained.
Those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you stay up late and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream. That's the dream. It's not the destination, it's the journey. If you guys can understand that, then what you'll see happen is that you won't accomplish your dreams. Your dreams won't come true. Something greater will.
I had to really separate myself from society, from sometimes friendships, relationships, and I would put myself in this dark place, and I would eat, sleep, and train, and there would be no other thing.
And that's why they call us lucky. Because they assume that we are going to input the same weak and measly levels of energy and attention that they would, half-assing things. But that's not the case. Winners go all in. Winners bet on themselves time and time again.
Get one life, and out that one life, you're only going to get out of it what you put into it, and never being okay with where you are, because after every level is another level, whether you realize it or not. And I always wanted to see what was past the thing that I got. I got here, but what was back there? I was never content with being here.
Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. Everybody want to be a beast. Everybody got a lot. Tattoos of lions. But when it's time to practice, you ain't on beast mode. If you will be a beast, you're going to have to go through something. Ain't nobody gonna hand you nothing. Ain't nobody gonna hand you no championship. Ain't nobody gonna hand you no title.
At the end of every day, you look yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, did I get better today? If the answer is yes, and you do that for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, how much better are you gonna be? Are you getting better every single day? That's the question. And it's just taking small steps. You don't try to get it all done in one day, in 1 week, in 1 year. It's the process of getting better every day and doing that for a period of years that then create the masterpiece.
And if you want it that bad, if you're willing to give it that much, you get a big piece of what you want. Anything you want can happen and become a reality. I believe that sincerely, and I'll die on that thought.
You've got to grind, you've got to go through the struggle, and you've got to get it. If you deserve it, go get it. You know, don't complain, don't cry. Get the fucking work and go get it.
You gotta keep working. Your time's gonna come. Trust me. You gotta work.
Just keep working. You're not getting what you want, keep working. You are getting what you want, keep working.
Turn your feelings off when it comes down to you wanting to be better.
Tired is only in the mind. You tell yourself you're tired, you're gonna be tired.
How about days off? One day, but not today. You have to be willing to outwork everybody in the world. Do it. And do it. And do it. That's the hack. The hack is gonna fucking suck. You must be willing to extend yourself to the limit with no guarantee of success. Your mind says no. You just say, this is what we do. It's what we do now. It sucks, but you have a choice to make. Do you want to sit down and go back to that guy you once were? No. So this is what it takes.
No, my belief came from the unseen work. It came from every workout by myself. Not having a best friend or a trainer or someone to wake me up. No, it was fighting average alone. And when you fight average alone, what comes out is a fucking savage, a dog, a beast, a monster.
And all your endeavors, schoolwork, the gym, your career, your relationship, your name's attached to it. It's gotta mean more than anything. That's your name, it's all you got. Don't sell out.
How can you beat someone who looks back on all the tests that they've had and said, yeah, that wasn't shit, dude. Bring it the fuck on. Okay? As opposed to the person who's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And then fucking 2 months, another thing happens. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened. It's gonna be the person who has a stoic mentality, who looks at it and says this. Okay? All right, we'll get through it.
People get up every day, they do the same thing, tell themselves they're gonna change their life one day, and they never do. They're gonna change.
When you have a dream, the one thing you have to watch out for are those out there that'll try to crush your dream. And you cannot allow that to happen.
The truth is, whatever game you play in life, sometimes you're going to lose. A point, a match, a season, a job. It's a roller coaster with many ups and downs. And it's natural when you're down to doubt yourself and to feel sorry for yourself. And by the way, your opponents have self-doubt too. Don't ever forget that.
Scars make the man. Every day I wake up, I say to myself, you have two options right now. Keep dreaming with your dreams or wake up and make it reality. And I choose the second option always. For me, there is no one in front of me. I'm the number one. If you're good at striking, I'm gonna take you down. If you're good at wrestling, I'm gonna knock you out. You're screwed everywhere.
your mind quits long before your body does. There's a power within you that your mind hasn't met yet. When you refuse to let your mind control your limits, you redefine possible. Because only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go.
If you're an underdog, man, the beauty of being someone who has to go through struggle. If there's no struggle, then it's nothing. There's no journey. There's no journey. You know, you get to make that magic, man. You get to be the story.
You know, so I didn't want to give up. You know, no matter how sick I was, how tired I was, how, low on energy I was, I felt the obligation, to my team, to the city of Chicago to go out and give that extra effort.
I'll still have fucking days where I'm like, oh, jeez, I'm so fucking tired. But then you get in the car, you take your pre-workout, the caffeine starts to kind of hit you. And then, even if I'm still tired after that, once I do my first 2 sets, I'm in the zone.
Winning's not loyal to you. It doesn't care about you. Winning doesn't care how sore you are. Winning doesn't care how much sleep you get. Winning doesn't care how hard you work at times. And sometimes a guy doesn't outwork you and he still wins. It isn't fair, man. Sometimes there is no justice.
Yeah.